MINI's transition to being a full electric car maker must of course include larger models, and this was the first of them, the Countryman Electric. This characterful lower mid-sized SUV aims to bring a bit of visual and dynamic joie de vivre to its rather sensible segment. You might just end up thinking that it does.
Apart from the closed-off grille and the lack of an exhaust pipe, there are no obvious visual differences between this full EV Countryman and its combustion counterparts. This third generation design is significantly bigger than its predecessors, the largest Mini ever. It measures way past 4.4 metres in length and is 13 centimetres longer and 6 centimetres taller than the second generation design introduced in 2016. Some will find the swollen stance visually challenging, and there are some curious touches like the heavily stylised C-pillar with its branded panel. Let's take a look inside. At the wheel, it's even more difficult to spot that this is an EV Countryman rather than a combustion-powered one. So as usual with a third generation Countryman, everything's dominated by the brand's 9.4-inch LED mini interaction unit round central screen. Unless you've got yourself a model with a head-up display we have fitted here, there's nothing to view through the steering wheel but this artfully fabric-trimmed fascia panel. That panel has been shorn of most of the usual switches and buttons. This small central lower panel with its toggles for gear selection, experience modes and power is all that remains. Other distinctive Mini touches include the vertical vents, mirrored in shape by these silver door handles, and this unusual lidded box between the seats with its fabric tab. Spend big and you can add in all the JCW touches we have here, like this chunky sports steering wheel and the grippy sports seats. Enough on the front, let's take a look in the back. Here there is a key difference over the ordinary Countryman, and it's quite a significant one in that there's no provision for the seat base to slide due to battery placement beneath, which means that leg space can't be as potentially generous. At least the backrest still reclines through 6 positions by up to 12 degrees. Despite the fact that the floor level for this EV version is a little higher, headroom is fine, even with this optional panoramic glass roof fitted, which is worth having because it floods the otherwise rather dark cabin with light, helped by big rear quarter-light windows. Let's finish with a look out the back, accessed via this power-operated tailgate. Now, the slightly higher floor doesn't seem to have harmed upper boot space, still rated at 460 litres, though here, as we said, it can't be varied with the position of the rear bench. Battery placement has also severely restricted the underfloor room, here confined to this narrow coffin-like compartment for the charging leads. If everything needs to be folded flat, then up to 1,450 litres of space can be freed up. The 64.7 kilowatt-hour battery that both variants use can be rapid charged at rates of up to 130 kilowatts, and so connected can be replenished from 10 to 80% in half an hour. AC charging via the usual 7.4 kilowatt garage wall box takes 10 hours, dropping to 6.5 hours if your home or office happens to have a 3-phase supply and you can fit an 11 kilowatt wall box. As expected, there's the normal 3-year unlimited mileage warranty, and the battery has its own 8-year or 100,000 mile warranty. All electric versions of the Mini hatch have been around in one form or another for over a decade. But the concept of a larger Mini with full electric power is quite new and difficult to pull off. It was hard enough for the brand to try and replicate trademark darty Mini handling with earlier generation combustion-powered Countryman models, whose extra weight over their little hatch counterparts was immediately obvious to Mini loyalists. Add in the prodigious weight this time round of a huge lithium-ion battery pack and you've the recipe for a potential compromise in brand values. Yet, rather against the odds, this Countryman Electric seems to get pretty close to delivering on its difficult development remit. And it does so while moving the game on substantially in terms of cabin design and media connectivity. There's actually nothing quite like it in the segment, which is in itself refreshing and different. as every Mini should be.